Hi, welcome to the MuleSoft tutorials. This is Akash. So in this video, we'll discuss about the course agenda. And this course contains like 80% of practical knowledge and 20% of theoretical knowledge. So, and for the prerequisite for this course is the student should have basic knowledge of XML, JSON, and HTTP. Like what are the methods we get, put, and post. And also I added a quiz at the end of each section, so that will help you to understand the MuleSoft certification stuff. And I'm also covering one industrial project in this tutorials. So at last you will find one industrial project enterprise level. So that will let you understand like how things are going in industries. So to start with this course, first section is our introduction section. So in this, I'm covering course agenda. Then we have what is Mule ESB, that is Enterprise Bus, and then we have orchestration. What is orchestration? And then why should we should use Mule as a platform? Why not other services? In next section, we'll gonna set up our environment. So we gonna download all the applications which are required for MuleSoft. We're gonna create our own local environment setup, and then we're gonna create one cloud environment, and then we'll see how to use Postman. In next section we'll have Mule basics. So in this section we'll go through the Anypoint Studio, and then we're gonna create one simple project, and then we will create one domain project, and then we'll go through what is Mule flow, what are the types of flows we have in Mule, and then the variables, types of variables we have in Mule, how to use those variables, and then we'll deploy that application on local deployment. Next section is the first Mule application. So in this section we're gonna build our first Mule application, and then we'll go through the basics of Cloud Hub. So Cloud Hub basically it's a cloud platform provided by the MuleSoft, and then we'll deploy our application on cloud. Next is Mule expression language. So Mule expression language, it's a language as it says, which is used in Mule to get something or to access some variables or any other stuff in Mule. So I have divided that into two part one and part two. In part one, we're gonna discuss about the basics of ML, and in part two, we're gonna go through the advanced concept of ML. Next section is our connectors. So this is pretty important section because majority of the things will be from here only. So in this section, we first cover the FTP, that is file transfer protocol, and then we'll go through the SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol, to send mail, and then we'll go through the Salesforce connector, then we'll go to the database connector, then we'll go to the filters, what filters we have in Mule, and then we'll go through the Anypoint MQ, and then we have secure property placeholder, and then we have caching strategies. So this is like pretty important section. So each lessons we have different programs. We gonna do all those programs and we gonna practice them. Then next is we have data transformation. So in data transformation, we have basics of data transformation, and then we have predefined functions in transformations, and then we can write our own custom functions in transformation. Next is the REST and SOAP services. So first lesson would be on the consuming RESTful service, then we'll try to consume the SOAP service. Then we'll write RAML. RAML is basically REST API modeling language, which is used to write, which is basically used in MuleSoft to write any of the RESTful APIs. So I divided that into three parts: part one, part two, part three. So we have different functionality in different parts. Next is the debugging in Mule. We'll learn how to debug stuff, how to debug connectors, how to debug flow in MuleSoft. Next is the batch processing. So we're gonna implement batch job in Mule, and then we'll next is the most important section, that is the exception handling. So in this section, we'll go through the types of exception handlings in Mule, and also we'll implement those exception handlings. Next is the M unit. So M unit basically you can say the unit testing. So to unit test your flow or any connector, you can use M unit. So I have divided that into two parts, part 1 and part 2. In part 1 will go through the basics of M unit, and part 2 will go through the advance of M unit. Then at last we have industrial project. So in industrial project we will go through like how things are implemented in industry, what are the standards you should follow, what are the naming conventions, and then we're gonna create one project. So in each section, at the end of each section, you will find some quizzes, some question answers. You can go through those question answers, and that will help you to prepare for the MuleSoft certification. So that's it for this video. See you in next video. Happy learning.